With resolution of forces today. There are two types of resolutions of forces. One is non-rectangular resolution and second one is called as rectangular resolution. This resolution leads to the components of a forces along various directions. So in short, we are going to find out non-rectangular components of forces and rectangular components of forces. Are you with me, Pratham?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us means I will demonstrate this through two problems. So P8 and P9, 8th and 9th problem of this mechanics course. Let us demonstrate this resolution of forces and let us try to understand where are the points that you may slip off or you must remember. So let us start with this. So let us say you have a force P bar, 10 Newton, magnitude of its magnitude is 10 Newton, and it is shown by red arrow here. Now, first of all, the first thing that I would ask you is where is the body? Yeah, Pratap. There must be a body on which this force acts. So where is it?
At the point between E cap, EB and EU.
You mean to say here?
Yes.
Now let us clear this point. The body need not necessarily be at this location. The body can be anywhere along the line of action of force. If I extend this line of action from infinity on one side to infinity on the other side, the body can be anywhere. Why? Because the bodies that we are going to deal with are rigid bodies. So let us say you are holding your mobile in hand and you are applying an inclined force at one of the corners. And if the mobile is rigid, it doesn't really matter whether you apply the force on that corner or anywhere along the line of action of force. It is going to have the same effect. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So therefore, for rigid bodies, if I show a force like this without body, you have to understand that this body can be anywhere along the line of action of this force. Are we on the same page?
Yes.
Okay. Then I have shown certain directions here. जैसे हम x, y, z direction दिखाते हैं वैसे, लेकिन not in Cartesian format. So these directions do not have angle of 90 degree with one another. So तीन directions मैंने दिखाए हैं. कौन से direction है? The direction marked in red is U. It is not horizontal. You have to understand. It is any generic direction that I have shown. At an angle of 35 degrees anti-clockwise with U, when you are looking from front, anti-clockwise 35 degree, वहां पे कौन सा direction है? That direction is V. Are you able to understand this?
Yes.
And if I further move by 10 degrees anti-clockwise, you get another direction V dash. Are you with me?
Yes.
So we have three directions, U, V and V dash. Unit vectors along these directions, I am going to denote them by EU cap, EV cap and EV dash cap. So these are the vectors directed along U, V and V dash, but they are having magnitude 1. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Now this force P with reference to EU cap makes an anti-clockwise angle of 25 degree. Its line of action makes an angle of 25 degree anti-clockwise with reference to EU cap. So therefore, with reference to V, V dash and U directions, I have located P. Do you agree with me? Once I locate P with reference to one of the unit vectors, I locate it with reference to other unit vectors as well, because I already know the angles, mutual angles between these unit vectors. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now if this angle is 25 degree, what is the angle that this force P bar makes with EV cap? चलो EU cap and EV cap इनके बीच का एंगल कितना है? 35 degree. Out of that, this angle is 25 degree. So how much must be this angle? 10 degree. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So this angle is 10 degree. Now what is the angle made by this force P bar with reference to V dash direction? So 10 plus 10, 20 degree.
20 degree, 20 degree.
Yes. So I will not write it here because the diagram will become clumsy. So whenever required, we will write it. But we understand that the angle between EV cap, EV dash cap and P bar is 20 degree. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have been asked to resolve this P. You have been asked to resolve this P bar along U and V directions as a first part of problem. And then you have been asked to resolve this same force P bar with reference to U and V dash direction. Are you with me?
Yes.
हाँ. तो अब आप मुझे बताओ, what is your understanding of resolution? Resolution का मतलब क्या होता है?
We need to find out P bar along along the given directions.
That is understood by the statement. We have to resolve P bar along U and V directions. But what do you exactly mean by resolution in terms of mathematics? Any insight on that?
Yes, just give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure. So by that time, anyone else? Let me ask. Om Parmar. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, चलो. गूगल सर्च करके नहीं मिलने वाला है, पर फिर भी बताओ. U and V directions के along resolve करना मतलब क्या करना है?
Sir, it means that we are finding out the effect of that force along that U and V direction.
U and V directions. But tell me one thing, if I find out its effect along U direction, is it the complete effect? No, right?
No, sir.
If I find out its effect along V direction, is it the complete effect? No.
No, sir.
So there has to be something more fundamental to this. Okay, good work. Means we are in a way trying to find out effect of P bar along U and V directions. I agree with you, but not completely. Now let me ask Parth Chetty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What do you understand by resolution of a force?
So it's the I feel it's the separation of a single vector into two vectors. In the way we add resolution means separation of a single vector into two vectors. So that's what I feel.
Process wise, it is correct. But what should be the basis? What should be the philosophy behind resolving a force along U and V directions? There has to be certain condition that should be satisfied, right, Parth?
Yes, sir.
So can you specify that condition? Okay, so good enough. So somebody has said that it is finding out.
It should not affect the body.
Pardon?
It should not affect the. Sir, it should not affect the body on which the force is acting.
Very good. Who is speaking?
Sir, Kushagra.
Kushagra.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he has added new dimension that it should not affect the body on which it is acting. But both these statements, all the three statements are incomplete in a nature. Now let us stitch all these statements together. Yeah.
Sir,
Go ahead.
Those components should be perpendicular to each other.
No, where I have said that. See, U and V directions are not perpendicular to each other. U and V dash directions are not perpendicular to each other. In the problem statement itself, I am asking you to find out components along the directions which are not perpendicular to each other. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So not necessarily. That's what I wanted precisely to imbibe on your minds, that components are not always rectangular. They are not always at 90 degrees to each other along the directions which are 90 degrees to each other. Now let us try and first formulate what do we mean by resolution of a force or finding out its components along various directions. इसका meaning क्या है वो समझने की पहले कोशिश करते हैं. So imagine that now if we don't show the body, even though it exists, we are not very happy. We will not be able to imagine. So I will draw a body for which shape and size is immaterial right now. And on this body, this force P bar is acting. Are you with me? Are you with me? So Pratham, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This force P bar is acting. And now I ask myself a reverse question, or in a way a question where I want to remove this force P bar from the body and I want to replace it by two forces acting at the same point where P bar was acting. जहां पे पी बार एक्ट हो रहा है ना, उसी पॉइंट पे ये दो फोर्सेस एक्ट होने चाहिए, such that they will have same effect not only at the point of application but on all points of the body. Are you with me?
Yes.
ये क्वेश्चन मैं खुद को पूछ रहा हूं. नाउ प्रथम यू कैन म्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड पायल यू कैन अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ. पायल,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, don't be afraid to speak in the class. I want everybody to participate. ऐसा कुछ नहीं, हमारा भी डिस्कशन चल रहा है. मेरा कहना भी कहीं कहीं गलत हो सकता है. यू कैन करेक्ट मी. So I am not telling to Payal, I am telling to everyone, don't be afraid of speaking in the class. Now P bar is the force which is acting at this point of application A on the body, and I am asking myself a question: can I divide this P bar, or can I have two forces instead of P bar? Let us take off this P bar and apply those two forces at A, and it still has the same effect not only at A but at all other points on the body as well. ये क्वेश्चन मैं पूछ रहा हूं. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Paul?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, in how many ways can I have these two forces instead of P bar? थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन है, सोच के बताओ. देखो अब मैं क्या कर रहा हूं. लुक एट दिस. क्या किया है मैंने? पायल, टेल मी. पायल.
Sir, you have broken it into components.
Yes, so I have drawn a parallelogram now. I have drawn a parallelogram. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And I am going to call this as P1 bar and this as P2 bar. So what will be the summation of P1 bar plus P2 bar? It will be equal to P bar. P bar. Are you with me? So can I remove P bar and apply P1 bar and P2 bar at A and still have same effect as P bar was having at A as well as on all other points on the body? समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Same effect होगा कि नहीं? होगा. Now tell me, is this the only way in which I can have two forces?
No, sir.
I can as well think of this. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, ये भी तो parallelogram है. Are you with me? And I can call this force as P3 and P4 bar. P3 bar and P4 bar. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So are P3 bar and P4 bar also ensure that the effect of P bar is reproduced on all points of the body?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो अब जरा देखो, हम रिजोल्यूशन की डेफिनेशन अभी करेंगे और कंपोनेंट की डेफिनेशन करेंगे. व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ रिजोल्यूशन ऑफ ए फोर्स अलोंग two directions, two or more directions for that matter, but right now we will consider two. If I resolve P bar along two directions, let us say U bar and V bar, along U and V, if I resolve the force P bar along two directions U and V, then if I remove P bar and apply those components along U and V bar at the same point of application, that system will have same effect not only at point of application but also at all other points on the body as P bar was having. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
तो फिर उनको बोला जाता है कंपोनेंट्स, और इस प्रोसेस को कहा जाता है रिजोल्यूशन. इट इज द रिवर्स प्रोसेस ऑफ फाइंडिंग आउट रिजल्टेंट. अभी तक हमने रिजल्टेंट क्या है वो सुना नहीं है, लेकिन लेट मी फॉर कंप्लीटनेस से दैट इट इज द रिवर्स प्रोसेस ऑफ फाइंडिंग आउट रिजल्टेंट. इन रिजल्टेंट वी आस्क द रिवर्स क्वेश्चन: if there are n number of forces acting on a body, if I remove those n number of forces and I were to replace it by a single force such that it has same effect as the system of forces on all points of the body, तो हम उसको रिजल्टेंट बोलते हैं. ये जो फॉरवर्ड प्रोसेस है इसका रिवर्स प्रोसेस मतलब रिजोल्यूशन है. आर यू विथ मी?
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो रिजोल्यूशन कितने डायरेक्शंस के अलोंग हो सकता है? रिजोल्यूशन कैन बी डन अलोंग एन नंबर ऑफ डायरेक्शंस. I can ask you to resolve P bar not only along U and V or U and V dash. I can ask you to resolve P bar along U, V and V dash. That means if P1, P2, P3 are the components of P bar along U, V and V dash directions, P1 bar plus P2 bar plus P3 bar will be equal to P. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So resolution का मतलब क्या है? When I say I want you to resolve this force P bar along U and V directions. Let me say the component of force along U directions is PU. U direction is PU bar, and component of force along V direction is PV bar. Then PU bar plus PV bar should lead to P bar. This is the meaning of resolving P along U bar and V along U and V. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So this is now is the definition clear?
Yes, sir.
So all of you in some way or the other said this. Somebody said that it is the effect along U and V direction. Somebody said that the body पे effect नहीं होना चाहिए. So मैंने उसको circle complete किया है. I have completed the definition. So what is resolution of a force along one or more directions? If you resolve the force along two or more directions, then summation of components along all those directions should lead to the original force. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is the definition. अब जरा यहाँ पे ध्यान दो. Let us solve this problem. I want to resolve this P bar along U and V directions. So let me draw a sketch. This is force P bar. क्या magnitude है उसका? 10 Newton का magnitude है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is magnitude of, I'm sorry. This is magnitude of P bar. और directions plot करते हैं अब. U direction के साथ इस force ने कितना angle बनाया है? 25 degree. So can I mark that U direction something like this? देखो ये angle कितना है? This angle is how much? 25 degree. Agreed? Payal?
Yes, sir.
I want the class to be vibrant. जल्दी जल्दी जवाब दो, रिस्पॉन्स दो. नहीं समझा तो नहीं समझा, मैं फिर से बताऊंगा. So this direction is U direction. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And then where is the V direction? So V direction makes an angle of 35 degrees with U direction. So therefore, with this force, it will make the angle of 10 degrees. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the magnitude. I will write it here. Let us have equal to sign. Just give me a minute. And let me draw now V direction. This angle is how much? 10 degree. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
V direction. So now U direction के along component कैसे होगा? तो क्या करना पड़ेगा मुझे? From tip of this, I will have to draw a vector parallel to V direction. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
ऐसे वाला. And from this tip itself, I will have to draw a vector parallel to U direction. I am very bad at drawing sketches, but I hope you understand this. Are you with me? And then
Yes, sir.
I am going to call this component as PV bar, PU bar, I'm sorry, PU bar, and I'm going to call this component as PV bar. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
PV bar. Now, how will you find out this PU bar and PV bar? Tell me. कैसे फाइंड आउट करोगे? हाँ, तो PU बार का मैग्नीट्यूड अगर हमें कैलकुलेट करना है तो आई विल हैव टू यूज द फॉर्मूला tan 25 डिग्री. हाँ, दिस मस्ट बी इक्वल टू, बोलो क्या होगा? PV, वेयर PV इज द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ PV बार, PV sin Theta is the angle now between u and v directions. So sine 35. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sine 35 divided by PV. Chalo. PU, I am sorry.
PU, sir.
Plus
PV cos 35.
PV cos 35. ये एक इक्वेशन मिला कि नहीं आपको?
Yes, sir.
Now let us simplify this equation. In this, we will club the terms of PV together and terms of PU together. Are you with me? तो कैसे करना पड़ेगा? This denominator goes on this side. So how much is tan 25? Tell me. Payal. How much is tan 25? जल्दी जल्दी नहीं, इतना टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास.
0.467.
0.467. So 0.467 PU, right?
Yes, sir.
Now multiply this PV, means multiply this cos 35 by tan 25. Ensure that your calculator is in degree mode.
Sir, 0.38.
0.382, right?
2. Yes, sir.
So therefore plus 0.382 PV.
Yes, sir.
This is equal to, tell me, what is sine 35?
Sir, 0.574.
Yes, 0.574
574.
PV.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So if we take this on this side, so you will have to do 0.382 minus 0.574. So tell me the equation. 0.467 PU. 467 PU minus, क्योंकि ये 0.574 is greater than 0.382, so नेगेटिव आने वाला है. कितना आता है बताओ? हाँ,
0.192.
192, right?
Yes, sir.
PV is equal to 0. This is the second equation. Happy?
Yes.
Now what else you can write? You can write also as well write as write tan 10. ये angle 10 degree है ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My handwriting should not be the cause of confusion. So this is 10 degree, right? So now tell me what is tan 10 degree? Tan of 10. What should I write?
PU sine
PU
35 degree. Sine 35
sine 35
by
divided by
PV plus PU cos 35.
PV plus PU
Cos 35.
cos 35. Very good. So वही करना है अभी. क्या करना है अभी? Tell me how much is tan 10?
0.176.
0.176. 0.176 PV.
Yes.
Tell me how much is 0.176 into cos 35?
So 0.144.
Plus 0.144 PV, PU. Are you with me? This must be equal to 0.574 PV.
Yes, sir.
Because cos 35 is going to remain same. Sin 35 is going to remain same.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
No, it should be PU.
PU.
तो अब क्या करना पड़ेगा? This 0.574 will come on this side. It will become negative. So you will have some minus value of PU. Tell me how much is that? Minus something. Minus some PU.
0.429.
minus 0.429 pu. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
pu and plus 0.176 pv. देखो मैंने रीअरेंज किया है, पहले इक्वेशन में pu पहले था तो इसमें भी वैसे ही मेंटेन किया है 0.176 pv. Are you with me? This must be equal to 0. ये हुआ तीसरा इक्वेशन. Now can you solve equation number 2 and 3 simultaneously on calculator? Solve it and tell me the answer. कैसे करना है अगर किसी को पता नहीं है तो आपके कैलकुलेटर पे मोड पे क्लिक करो, मोड में क्लिक करते रहो जब तक इक्वेशन मोड नहीं आता. वंस यू गेट द इक्वेशन मोड, नंबर ऑफ अननोन्स आर 2, सो राइट 2. 2 के बाद यू हैव टू राइट डाउन द कोएफिशिएंट्स. दिस इज a, दिस इज b, मतलब a1 b1 एंड दिस इज c1. c1 साइन शुड बी ऑन राइट हैंड साइड. राइट हैंड साइड में जो साइन है वो लिखना है. So A1, B1, C1, A2, B2 and C2. Go on inputting this. So A1 is 0.176. I wrote it equal to. Then it asks for B1. So B1 is 0.144 equal to C1 0.574 equal to. Now it asks for A2 minus 0.429. It asks for now B2, that is 0.176. And then oh, I'm sorry. पहला इक्वेशन गलत था. फर्स्ट इक्वेशन शुड बी दिस 0.4. A1 is 0.467. A2 is minus 0.192 and C1 is 0. A2 is minus 0.429. B2 is 0.176 and C2 is 0. So what did you get? क्या आंसर आ रहा है? Hello?
Yes, sir.
How much is the answer that you get?
The solving.
It will not be able to solve because we have written down both by angles. देखो और एक इक्वेशन सेटिस्फाई होना है कि नहीं चाहिए मुझे. Just tell me what is the magnitude of this resultant 10 Newton. So PV square plus PU square plus 2 PU PV cos of 35. This should be equal to 100. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
वो तीसरा भी इक्वेशन लिखते. As we are solving this problem first time, therefore I am doing everything and I am also highlighting where we can go wrong. तो ये दो इक्वेशन एंगल के हिसाब से लिखे हैं. इसमें मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ दिस PU बार, रिजल्टेंट ऑफ PU बार एंड PV बार इज 10 न्यूटन. इसकी केयर कहीं भी ली नहीं गई है. आर यू विथ मी?
Yes, sir.
So what is the third equation that what is the fourth equation that we have to write? 100 equal to
PU square plus PV square plus 2 PU PV cos 35 degree.
PU square plus PV square plus 2
PU PV cos 35 degree.
PV cos of 35 degree.
35.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So this is the fourth equation. अब आपको क्या करना है मैं बताता हूं. Writing down only equations of both the angles will not work. So you have to use either of 2 and 3 and 4 to solve for PU and PV. So let us use 3 and 4. Let us use these two equations to solve for PU and PV. तो अब क्या करना पड़ेगा? If I use equation number 3, what do I get? PV, जरा देखो, PV is equal to 0.429 divided by 0.176 PU. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
कैसे किया ये? दिस टर्म विल गो ऑन राइट हैंड साइड, सो यू विल गेट 0.176 PV इक्वल टू 0.429 PU. सो 0.429 अपॉन 0.176 यहाँ पे आएगा. सो टेल मी PV इज हाउ मेनी टाइम्स ऑफ PU? टेल मी. ये कितना है? 0.429 अपॉन 0.176. हाउ मच इज इट?
Sir, 2.44.
2.44.
44.
So it is 2.44 times PU. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Now substitute this here. So what do we get? 100 is equal to PU square plus 2.44 square PU square. Do you agree with me? PV क्या है? 2.44 PU है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2 into 2.44 PU square. Let me write it very clearly. This is U. This is also U. And this is also U. PU square. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Cos 35. This must be equal to 100. Now all the terms involve PU square. So can I take PU square common?
Yes, sir.
PU square into bracket 1 plus 2.44 square plus 2 into 2.44 into cos 35. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So tell me how much is PU now?
Yes, I'm calculating.
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, 1 second.
Is it 3.021?
Yes, sir.
It is 3.021.
3 point.
Yeah.
Yes, it says 3.022 after rounding off.
Yes.
It is 1
So
second.
yes, 3.022. And then what is PV? This multiplied by 2.44. So 7.37. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
हाँ. अब जरा एक ऑब्जर्वेशन करो. I hope everybody has understood this. चलो कौन कौन है यहाँ पे? प्रथम, have you understood this? प्रथम प्रभु.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Prathamesh, have you understood this? Prathamesh.
Sir, the last step, sir, we have to just. Can you explain the calculation once again, sir?
From where? From this step?
Sir, from third step, yeah. How did you get the third step answer?
Which answer? मतलब यहाँ से explain करना है, यहाँ से?
हाँ सर ये थर्ड स्टेप एंड फोर्थ स्टेप है ना सर, यहाँ से एक्सप्लेन कीजिए.
ओके ठीक है, 1 minute. You put yourself unmuted. ये 3 and 4 equations आपको समझे कैसे आए?
नहीं सर, वही से मतलब सर उसका ही कैलकुलेशन सर वो कैसे हुआ
No,
सर,
no,
नहीं समझा वो।
calculation is okay, but have you understood how did we write third equation and fourth equation?
नो सर, आई एम डाउटफुल सर।
हाँ, थर्ड इक्वेशन लिखने के लिए हमने tan 10 डिग्री लिखा था, ये कल के क्लास में किया था हमने। tan 10 डिग्री इज गिवन बाय
हाँ
PU।
सर,
वो समझा, इक्वेशन समझा?
हाँ सर इसका।
हाँ, ये समझा ना। सो अब क्या किया है,
हाँ
यहाँ
सर,
का जो डिनोमिनेटर है, दिस डिनोमिनेटर is multiplied by tan 10 degree. Are you with
ओके
me?
सर। हाँ
And
सर,
then
यस
we
सर।
get this equation. अब इसमें यहाँ का जो PU का टर्म है वो इस साइड में लेके आए हैं। Are you with me?
हाँ हाँ सर, यस सर।
And then we get this equation. तो ये इक्वेशन समझा अभी आपको?
हाँ सर।
हाँ,
ओके।
और ये इक्वेशन कैसा है? 10 is the addition of this PV bar and PU bar. So therefore 10 square has to be equal to PU square plus PV square plus 2 PU PV into angle between U and V. That is 35 degree. Cos of that. सही है?
तो cos 35।
हाँ,
ओके।
ये समझा? U and V के बीच में एंगल कितना है? 35 डिग्री। देखो कल
35
हमने ये
डिग्री, यस
किया
सर।
था ना, इफ यू हैव
हाँ
P
सर,
बार एंड Q बार, तो उनका
यस सर।
रिजल्टेंट जब हम ड्रॉ करते हैं R, तो वो रिजल्टेंट कितना रहता है? P स्क्वायर प्लस Q स्क्वायर प्लस 2PQ कॉस ऑफ दिस एंगल।
यस सर।
हाँ, तो वही यूज किया है। एंड आई थिंक सो यू हैव गॉट दिस इक्वेशन, एम आई राइट?
हाँ सर, यस सर।
हाँ, अब तीसरे इक्वेशन को क्या किया, दिस नेगेटिव टर्म आई टुक इट टू राइट हैंड साइड। आर यू विथ मी?
यस सर।
And then 0.429 comes in the denominator. So I get PU as some fraction of PV. PV as some fraction of PU. Are you with me?
Sir, so this is PU is equal to 0.429 upon 0.176 PV.
हाँ,
Okay, sir. Okay.
you got this?
Yes, sir.
PV, देखो मतलब I will just simplify this. Let me check if there is any error. 0.429 PU, 429 PU is equal to 0.176 PV.
Yes, sir. No, sir. I understood that, sir.
Yeah, you understood that part, no? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, अब जरा यहाँ पे देखो, so PV is equal to 2.44 times PU.
Okay, sir. So substitute किया है sir उसको.
हाँ, that is substituted in 100. So ये वाले fourth
Okay, sir.
equation में, if you substitute that, the only unknown remains is PU. Do you agree with me?
Oh, yes, sir.
हाँ, and once we get PU from this equation, then we get PV by multiplying it by 2.44. Now is it clear?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
हाँ, so वही किया है. So PU is equal to 3.022 Newton and PV is equal to 7.37 Newton. Now I want to
Okay.
bring all of your attention to a certain observation. यहाँ पे देखो, PU और PV में बड़ा कंपोनेंट कौन सा है? प्रथमेश, टेल मी.
Sir, PV है sir.
PV is greater. Now अब जरा यहाँ पे देखो, जो हमारा फोर्स है 10 न्यूटन, उसको कौन सी डायरेक्शन क्लोजर है? U डायरेक्शन या V डायरेक्शन?
सर किसमें सर?
इन दिस डायग्राम, जिसके हम
Yes.
रिजोल्यूशन कर रहे हैं 10 न्यूटन का फोर्स, उसको
हाँ सर.
कौन सी डायरेक्शन पास में है, U या V?
सर PV है ना सर?
V direction is closer to P bar. Do you
Yes,
agree
sir.
with me?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
observation number 1, जो डायरेक्शन फोर्स को क्लोजर है वहां का कंपोनेंट ज्यादा होता है, which is quite obvious, intuitive. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ. So therefore force P bar will have more effect along V direction than U direction, because V direction is closer to U to P than U. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अब कोई ये क्वेश्चन मुझे पूछ सकता है कि ये जो इक्वेशन हमने सॉल्व किया 100 इक्वल टू PU स्क्वायर इनटू दिस, ये तो क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन है, तो
Yes, sir.
इसके दो रूट्स होंगे. डू यू एग्री विथ मी?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
हाँ, सो दो रूट मतलब कौन से है? 100 upon this number is PU square. So PU square can be plus or minus 3.00022. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And PV also has two possibilities. PV then also will be plus or minus, क्योंकि 2.44 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, तो प्लस और माइनस होना चाहिए. तो हमने उसका पॉजिटिव साइन ही क्यों एक्सेप्ट किया? आर यू एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो अब जरा देखो, if I say that PU is negative, that means PU will be in this direction. and PV also negative, means it will be in this direction. So no way it can add up to P bar. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
So we applied this filter there and we chose only one particular route, that is positive one. I hope everyone is clear. इसमें किसको कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो. Are you with me, Prathamesh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are going to repeat this exercise rather quickly to resolve this force P bar along U and V direction. So Prathamesh, you be with me. We will complete it quickly and then I have to make certain comments on this. So let us quickly do that. 1 minute. Yeah. So are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
So now let us, this was the first part of this solution. Now let us solve the second part.
Okay, sir.
So second part में क्या बोलते हैं? I want to resolve this P bar now along U and V dash directions. So I will draw that P bar here. P bar यहाँ पे draw किया. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Its magnitude is 10 Newton.
Yes, sir.
U direction तो वैसे का वैसे ही है. एक कंपोनेंट U direction के along चाहिए. मतलब एक कंपोनेंट इस direction के along. This is U, which makes an angle of 25 degrees with reference to P bar. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And what about V dash direction? So as I said, V dash direction makes an angle of 20 degrees with P bar. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
देखो V direction is at 35 degree and उसको 10 degree पे V dash है. So total U and V dash के बीच का एंगल है 45. Out of
45.
that U के साथ किया हुआ एंगल 25. So remaining is 20. So therefore
20.
V dash is at an angle of 25 degree. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So this is V dash at an angle of 25. And I am now going to complete the parallelogram. So parallelogram complete करने के बाद ऐसे कुछ तो दिखेगा. This component I am going to call it as PV dash bar, and this component I am going to call it as PU bar. Do you agree with me?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Prathamesh, do you agree with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now let me ask you a question. Will this PU bar have same magnitude as this PU, or will it be different?
Sir, for this one and this one. Okay.
जो पार्ट 1 में हमने PU कैलकुलेट किया था ना, PU का मैग्नीट्यूड, वो और इस PU बार का मैग्नीट्यूड सेम रहेगा या अलग रहेगा? प्रथम think. Okay, Pratham, can you unmute yourself? Pratham?
Yes.
What do you think? Same रहेगा या अलग रहेगा?
I don't know exactly, but I sometimes feel it may be same.
It will be same. Okay, Rishabh, what do you think? Rishabh Raut.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, will it be same or different magnitude? Pardon? Sujay. Sujay Sawant, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? PU bar will have same magnitude or different magnitude?
It will have same magnitude.
Okay, let us work out. So let me try and work out this. So अब जरा देखो, I am sorry, this angle is 20 degree. Let us work out. So I want everyone else to put your microphones on mute. Only Vedant Patil will keep his microphone unmuted. Vedant, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now tell me, what is tan 25 degree?
Tan 25 degree.
हाँ. It is
0.
equal to. क्या लिखूँ यहाँ पे?
1 second, sir.
Look at this diagram and tell me what should I write?
0.133.
No. I'm not asking you the calculation. I'm asking you the formula. Tan 25. What should I write?
Okay. Then you should write PV sine 25.
PV dash sine 20
PV
sine
dash and 25
not
divided by
25, not 25, sine 45.
45 क्या?
Because the angle between U and V dash, full angle
हाँ,
लिखना है ना, U and V dash. Are you with
हाँ,
me?
yes
That
sir, yes
angle
sir.
is 45 degree.
Okay, okay.
So that is to be written. So PV sine 45, PV dash sine 45 upon
Upon U plus PV cos 45.
PV dash, PV
PV
dash
dash cos 45.
cos 45, right?
Yes
Am
sir.
I right? चलो अब इसको थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे. tan 25 कितना आता है, आपने कैलकुलेट किया ना? बोलो.
0.133.
0.133 pu. As I take this denominator here, it will be 0.133 pu plus 0.133 into cos 45. So tell me how much is 0.133 into cos 45?
Okay sir, 1 second. 0.525. 0.525 into 0.33, 0.133 ना? 0.133. 0.069.
नहीं, गड़बड़ किया कुछ तो. tan 25 into cos 45 करो कैलकुलेटर पे.
सर tan 25 0.466 है.
नहीं, you do the multiplication. tan 25 into cos 45 ये कितना है? 0.133 की जगह कितना लिखूं?
एक सेकंड सर.
0.466.
ओके, 0.466. हाँ,
हाँ,
अब
रेडियन में आ रहा है, डिग्री में ना. हाँ, tan 25 into एक सेकंड. tan 25 into
cos 45. Ensure that your calculator is in degree mode. Is it 0.329?
Yes sir, 0.32972 means 0.329. Yes sir.
Yeah, so I can as well write it as 0.330 if you agree. So it is 0.330 PV dash. Do you agree with me?
Yes sir.
This must be equal to, how much is sine 45?
1 by root 2. एक minute.
So
Sin
0.707. 707 PV dash.
Yes sir.
This PV dash now needs to be taken on left hand side. So, or let us take this on this side. So what do you get? 0.446 pu. 0.446 pu.
Yes sir.
Is equal to 0.707 upon 0.707 minus 0.330. तो कितना आता है?
330 0.377.
So 0.377 PV dash. Do you agree with me?
Yes sir.
PV dash. चलो, अब tell me how much is PV dash in terms of PU. PV dash is equal to 0.446 upon 0.377.
Yes sir.
0.446 upon 0.337. So it turns out to be 1.323.
Yes sir.
1.323 PU. Am I right?
Yes sir. You are right sir.
This is the first equation. Now
Yes sir.
what is the second equation? Second equation is R square is equal to PV dash square plus PU square plus 2 PU PV cos 45. Happy?
Yes sir.
So
Yes
it is
sir.
100 equal to PU square plus
PV
PV
square
dash square plus
2 PU PV dash.
PU PV dash into
cos
45. Happy?
Yes
This
sir.
is the second equation. Now substitute first equation in second equation. So what do you get? 100 is equal to
PU square plus
PU square plus 1.32 PV square PV dash square.
sir 1.32 square आएगा ना?
1.32 3 square. 1.323 square PV dash square. Am I right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are right.
Into 1.323.
Mhm.
323
P PU square.
cos 45
Mm.
PV dash square. Do you agree with me? हाँ.
Mm.
So now tell me, oh, everywhere it should be not PV dash, it should be everywhere PU.
That's only
Am I
I
right?
was thinking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So here everywhere it should be PU. So
PU.
now tell me how much is PU. So क्या करना पड़ेगा 100 divided by 1.
Sir, it's
Yes.
not. Hello, sir.
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
Sir, it's not 1.323. It's 1.236.
0.446 divided by 0.377. 377. Yeah, it is 1.183. I am sorry. अभी सही है 1.183.
Sir, it's 1.236.
कैसे किया 0.446?
Sir, no.
0.46 है,
0.377.
आपने गलती से 46 कर दिया.
क्या किया है 0.46?
सर वो हाँ
So what should be? It should be 1.236. Okay, I will write it 1.236. So replace 1.323 by 1.236. One minute. 1.236. And tell me the answer. By the time I correct this, you just tell me the answer. कितना आ रहा है 100 divided by 1 plus 1.236 square plus 2 into 1.236 into cos of 45. So and square root of answer. So are you getting PU equal to 4.836? Tell me.
Sir, PV dash is 1.183. 183 PU.
नहीं अरे वो गड़बड़ हुआ था बाय मिस्टेक आई रोट इट एज 0.446 PU बट वो है 0.466 PU. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So if you take it as 0.466 PU, then it is 1.236. So tell me if anyone has got PU equal to 4.83. Payal, can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
Did you get this answer? PU equal to 4.83.
Sir, 1 second, I'm solving.
So 4.72.
4.72
PU.
Okay, let me check. 100 divided by 1 plus 1.236 square plus 2 into 1.236 into cos of 45. No, it's 4.836. Cross verify, but I'm getting it as 4.836 Newton. And in that case, PV dash will be equal to 1.236 into answer. 5.977. Has anyone got these values? Atharva?
Sir, PU is correct, sir.
Okay. And to get PV dash, we have to multiply that PU by 1.236. Happy? Okay, so these are the values of PU and PV dash. Now we will stop today by striking observation. You observe this PU is not same as this PU. Do you agree with me? So now I want Omkar to unmute himself. Omkar Sunani.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So do you agree with me? These two PUs are not different, are not same.
So they aren't same. They are
Now
not same.
what can be the reason? Can you say that? So chalo, I will demonstrate it to you graphically. Let us say this is P
So
bar
direct.
and you are resolving it along these two directions. Are you with me? Let me
Yes,
call
sir.
these directions as U and V. तो कैसे रिजॉल्व करने वाले हो? By completing the parallelogram. तो ये parallelogram complete किया.
हाँ.
And then this becomes PU bar and this becomes PV bar.
PV bar.
Are you with me?
Yes.
And PU bar plus PV bar now gives you P bar. That's all right. तो जरा याद ध्यान दो. I am now keeping U direction same. That means I am going to resolve the component along U direction. That I am keeping same. But if I change now V direction along which I am going to resolve the forces. So this is PV bar. And let us say I took a new direction V dash जो ऐसे है. अरे Are you able to see my screen?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, let me share it once again. Are you able to see it now?
Yes.
So let us say V bar is this way. This is V bar. अब parallelogram complete करना है तो कैसे complete करोगे?
V bar, sir.
Now the line needs to be drawn parallel to PV bar. Do you agree with me? Are you with me? देखो, let me write this clearly. This component is PV bar. And now I want to resolve this force along V dash and U. तो V dash and U के लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? From tip of P bar, I will have to draw a line now which is parallel to V bar. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And then from P bar itself, I will have to draw a line which is parallel to U. That is this line itself. यही line है. पर अब parallelogram change हुआ देखो. This becomes now the parallelogram. Are you with me? And this component now becomes PV bar. And this full component, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का component, this now becomes PU. Are you with
There
me?
is difference. Yes.
Are you with me? So is there a difference?
Yes.
हाँ.
So
तो
there is
सिर्फ
difference
direction
between
same है, इसलिए उसके अलावा P bar का component हमेशा same नहीं रहेगा. It also depends upon where is the other direction. Are you with me?
Yes.
So keep this in mind. This is the important remark. And now we will conclude today's session by just defining what is rectangular components. तो जिन दो डायरेक्शन के अलॉन्ग आपको फोर्स को रिजॉल्व करना है, उन दो डायरेक्शन के बीच में अगर एंगल 90 डिग्री है तो हम उन कंपोनेंट्स को रेक्टेंगुलर कंपोनेंट्स बोलते हैं. आर यू विद मी?
Yes.
हाँ. सो रेक्टेंगुलर कंपोनेंट कैसे करते हैं उसके बारे में कल सोचेंगे. So I hope everyone of you have written your name and roll number in the chat box. If you have done that, then you can leave the class. अगर किसी को अब तक हमने जो किया उसके ऊपर कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो. Does anyone have any doubt?
Sir, can I explain the last part again? That proof graphically one.
Yes, I can. 1 minute. Who is this? नाम बताओ.
Sir, Kushagra.
हाँ, कुशाग्र. देखो, let us say this P bar needs to be resolved along U and V directions. So तो क्या करना है हमें? P bar के टिप से v direction को parallel line draw किया and u direction को parallel line draw किया and you get a parallelogram. That parallelogram is this one. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And then this component becomes pu bar and this component becomes pv bar. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
This is pu bar and this is pv bar, such that pu bar plus pv bar gives rise to p bar. Happy?
Yes, sir.
लेकिन अब आपको u डायरेक्शन तो वैसे ही लिखा है, लेकिन v डायरेक्शन के अलोंग कंपोनेंट ड्रॉ करना है. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? फ्रॉम टिप यू विल हैव टू ड्रॉ लाइन पैरेलल टू v डैश and parallel to u. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And now which one becomes the parallelogram? This parallelogram now becomes our concern. Are you with me?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So in that case, this component, full one, yahan tak ka, this becomes pu bar and this becomes pv dash bar. So pu bar plus pv dash bar will again give you p bar. Happy?
Yes, sir.
But this pu bar is different than earlier pu bar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो सिर्फ एक डायरेक्शन बोल के कंपोनेंट निकालो ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. इफ यू गिव दैट डायरेक्शन यू हैव टू आल्सो स्पेसिफाई वेयर इज द अदर डायरेक्शन. ये दोनों के अलोंग के कंपोनेंट का सम p बार होना चाहिए. आर यू विथ मी?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
That's why pu bar is not same in both cases because v is changing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is called as non-rectangular resolution. Tomorrow we will learn rectangular resolution. So type your name, roll number in chat box and then you can leave the class. अच्छा, किसी का बाकी है नाम लिखना? नहीं है तो आई विल एंड द मीटिंग. Deep, Nehal, Omkar, have you written your names?